In today's program, the fugitive Red Bull heir has been spotted in Austria. Thailand pays $500 million baht to buy 50,000 COVID treatment courses, and a global democracy summit is scheduled to take place next month without Thailand. Details on these headlines and many more coming right up.
Choose your trip to your favourite island with 5-Star Marine. Go to 5starmarinephuket.com.
You're watching Thailand News Today, bringing you the latest headlines in Thailand and beyond. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on the news. Warayut boss Yuvitia is wanted for speeding his Ferrari and running over a police officer, dragging his dead body several dozen meters. Boss managed to evade justice and fled the country in 2015, ditching his private jet in Singapore. The Royal Thai Police believe that Boss is now living in Austria. While authorities have no evidence of his exact residency, the police have sent a letter to its counterparts in Austria to verify that Boss is in the country. An Interpol red notice has also been issued, calling on foreign agencies to step in and make an arrest. While the committee is focused on tracking down Boss and bringing him back to Thailand to face charges, officials are not yet questioning the Yuvitia family as they are not expected to cooperate. The Thai foreign minister has responded to questions about his visit to Myanmar by saying he was overseeing the delivery of humanitarian aid. Don Boromat Vinay's trip on November the 14th has been criticized by some as potentially legitimizing the military leaders who overthrew the country's democratically elected government in February. Addressing the House of Representatives yesterday, Don said he went to the country purely to oversee the delivery of 15 tons of aid, which included donations of medical supplies from 17 private, local, and international organizations. The minister says another 2 tons will follow. The donations came from organizations such as UNICEF, the World Health Organization, and the Thai nonprofit group, the Ma Fa Luang Foundation, which works with people affected by poverty and lack of opportunity. Don says Thailand was asked to coordinate with Myanmar over the delivery. While responding to MP's questions, Don also denied that Thailand had donated COVID-19 vaccines to Myanmar, saying that such a move would have required approval from both cabinet and vaccine manufacturers. In related news, Thailand's foreign minister has shrugged off the fact that Thailand has not been invited to a democracy summit being hosted by the U.S. The summit is scheduled to take place from December the 9th to the 10th, and Thailand has been left off the guest list. Controversially, Taiwan has not. Responding to an MP questioning, Don dismissed the events and pointed out that not all ASEAN countries are on the guest list. He then suggested that perhaps it was a good thing Thailand had not been invited. Don was quoted saying, "It's nothing more than pure politics being played by some countries against one another. Maybe we should be glad that we were not invited. This could turn out to be a double-edged sword." The U.S. State Department has invited Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines to participate in the event, which plans to address diminishing human rights and freedoms worldwide. In total, 110 participants have made the guest list, but China and Russia have not. Not only that, China has been left furious by the U.S. inviting Taiwan to participate. China's foreign ministry issued a statement saying that the actions by the U.S. not only go to show that democracy is just a cover and a tool for it to advance its geopolitical objectives, oppress other countries, divide the world, and serve its own interests. Taiwan, on the other hand, has accepted the invitation to the summit and will be represented by its de facto ambassador in Washington, Xiao B. Kim, along with Digital Minister Audrey Tang. Taiwan's statement read, "Our country's invitation to participate in the Summit for Democracy is an affirmation of Taiwan's efforts to promote the values of democracy and human rights over the years."
Isn't it time for you to come back to the islands? Phuket is open and it's never looked better. Choose your trip to your favourite island with 5-Star Marine. Go to 5starmarinephuket.com.
The Association of Thai Travel Agents is urging the government to postpone the implementation of a new tourism fee until the sector has fully recovered. Siddhiwat Chiwa Ratanaporn says Thailand has averaged around 3,000 to 4,000 foreign tourists per day since the opening on November the 1st. According to a report, he says confidence is low ahead of the coming high season as many target market countries are battling new waves of COVID. Adding to this is the high cost of PCR testing on arrival, which is often much higher than in countries tourists are arriving from. For example, in India, a PCR test costs between 250 and 400 baht. He says the high price Thailand is charging risks deterring tourists. Meanwhile, his colleague Adit Chayratananon says tourism operators want more clarity around how the tourism fund will be managed and who will benefit from it. Adit says that in order to ensure transparency, the government should include representatives from the private sector on the fund management committee. The Bangkok Post reports that the CCSA will meet later today to discuss a further relaxing of the entry rules, which may include replacing PCR testing on arrival with antigen test kits from December the 1st. Thailand has signed a 500 million baht deal to purchase 50,000 treatment courses of the new COVID-19 drug, Molnupiravir. The Medical Services Department signed the deal yesterday with Health Minister Anutin Charnvirakul present to witness the signing. A course of treatment is made up of 40 200 milligram capsules. A patient will need to take 4 capsules twice a day, 12 hours apart, for 5 days in a row. The new treatment from pharmaceutical giant Merck has shown promising results in trials, and Anutin says it will be given to COVID-19 patients with moderate to severe symptoms, as well as patients considered high risk. Dr. Somsak Akhasin from the Medical Services Department says the manufacturers have applied for emergency use approval from both the U.S. and the Thai FDA. Trials showed that Molnupiravir could cut the risk of hospitalization from COVID down to half. Earlier this month, the UK became the first country in the world to approve the drug. And that wraps up our report for today. If you enjoyed it, you'll definitely love the videos that just popped up. So be sure to check them out to continue watching our other shows. And Thailand News Today will be back on Monday. Meanwhile, you're now up to date on the Thaiger.